Hey guys, welcome back. Today I wanted to start off by mentioning I have started a Patreon page. And yeah, the idea is, I don't have any tiers or membership stuff set up yet. So, it's just if you want to maybe help support, I guess, just follow me out there. I think once I reach 100 followers on Patreon, I will start up some tiers and stuff. And some ideas I have for that are like, a Discord server, Minecraft server, stuff like that. Um, and maybe some other ideas will kind of come up too you know, as we get to 100 followers out there. But yeah, it's it's a I guess a cool thing. I don't know. I just wanted to see if people had any interest in doing that or supporting me in that way. So yeah, until I get to 100 followers, I'm not gonna really do much out there. Yeah, so I haven't really spent much time this week. I'm already kind of late in the week as I'm starting this episode. I've done a little bit, as you can see. Um, I've kind of started working on this area. So I've wanted to put a river in through here for a while, and over here, I kind of started outlining a river, but it wasn't going too well. It looked pretty ugly. So I decided to start trenching through here. So what's going to happen is that this build is going to be on its own island. And um, yeah, so there's just going to be a trench through here, and then I'm going to put a bridge across from here to the other part of the island. And then, so, look at this. Um, I have some holograms here, just a circle, or two circles. I'm using MiniHUD to do this, same mod I use for like the despawn spheres for my mob farms. Um, yeah, so these are just two circles, and yeah, I'm just hollowing out the center, or the in between, and stuff outside, like this stuff here. So it's gonna look really weird if I just leave it. So I'm gonna remove it as well, and then round off kind of the edge here, so it looks a little more natural. And other parts, like over here, I don't really want all this as well. So I'm gonna remove this terrain and probably these islands over here as well. And then let's just fly over there. I have a few caves, like this cave over here. I think I'm going to cover this one. Just because it's, I don't know, kind of weird. And let's swim up. And yeah, I have this big cave back here. And what I'm thinking is I'm going to create like this big waterfall into the cave. So the river here will kind of fill up kind of in between the two circles. And so that means it's going to be a little weird over here, but yeah, I think a waterfall will work pretty nicely. So yeah, that's kind of what I did here. I did fix the issue with the iron farm, so let's go over there. All right, so I'm here at the iron farm, and as you can see, get a good amount of iron. Don't have any bone meal yet, and it's just taking longer. Um, Yeah, so I fixed the issue, so I'm no longer getting any stray iron ingots. And yeah, I've also kind of worked on kind of the idea that I want to kind of come down here with, a hallway, Um, but one thing is I don't know how I'm actually going to get down here. I don't know where this hallway is going to lead. Because the storage area is a little too far, and just building a random staircase isn't really what I want to do. So I'm thinking I might do an elevator. That just takes me up and down from over here, right? Uh, I've also added a door since I had to keep coming back here to, check on this. But it's working pretty well. Nothing is getting locked in the hoppers as far as I can tell. All I did was I replaced the repeater that was here with some redstone. And yeah, just haven't noticed any issues so far, so I think we got it working just fine. And yeah, I think I'm not going to do the auto crafting or the bone meal into bone block, just because I would never get any bone meal if I did that. It would just take forever, because right now it's... Where'd that go? It got picked up. Weird. Alright. But yeah, this is all I have at the moment, and compared to the amount of iron I have, it's just gonna take forever. But I think once I start crafting the iron ingots into block, I think they'll keep up pretty well. Maybe like 3 shulker boxes to every 1 shulker box of bone meal. So yeah, I think we're good here. Here's the little switch for my door. Pretty simple. I'm just using like a sticky piston back there that pushes the observer here, and that just, you know, toggles this guy. And yeah, I broke the 2 blocks here with, you know, this pick, so I need to fix that at some point. It's not gonna be stone forever though, so it doesn't really matter at the moment. Ooh, I missed. I'll try that again. Alright, so last episode I built a concrete farm. This thing's working pretty well. I've already run it and got a shulker box full of blue concrete, and I was going to use the concrete for the roof for the defense building over here, but I decided I really don't like the design of the roof. So if I kind of go into Lightmatica and... Oh, hold on, is it still loaded? No. Oh, that's the concrete farm. I got confused. Let's remove that, I guess. I don't need it anymore. It's still loaded? It is. I don't want that. And we're going to go back to... yeah, wool farm. And then here. And we're just going to load it. I don't know where that went. Okay, that's fine. We're going to remove it really quick. But yeah, so here's the roof that I what am I trying to say? What I previously had. So these full blocks here were like blue concrete, and then I had copper stairs and slabs. And yeah, it looked a little weird, and you can kind of tell it's odd. So I decided I want to change it, and I did. So I don't have a schematic for that. I might go capture one. Maybe. We'll see. I don't think it's too hard of a build. And I feel like I just slipped. Yeah, it's not too difficult of a build that, you know, I could probably just take a few screenshots. And then, yeah, I'm not really using blue in, you know, the palette anymore. I did throw it in... or, jeez, where am I? I did throw in some blue glass, though. And I thought that looked pretty cool. But, yeah, I think all I need to do is kind of put the materials together for that. There is some glow lichen and a couple different glazed terracotta colors that I have to put together too. So, I think I'm going to make a time lapse of me building that, and while you're watching that, I'm going to go and collect or put together the materials for that. So, enjoy! Alright, so got the roof done here. And we'll go into free cam and just look at it. Something I noticed that didn't... Ooh, there's a creeper. Uh, yeah, so in the time lapse, you didn't get to see this, so I wanted to kind of keep the blue, so yeah, it's being a little weird here. Man, sheep are loud. I think I turned them up at some point. Yeah, that's fine, I guess. But yeah, so I wanted to keep the blue, even though I was going to do the blue concrete. Went with blue glass, and I did that thing, kind of create the foggy look. And yeah, the roof here just needed to look, it's interesting enough so that if I'm flying over, it doesn't look boring or like messy and stuff. And yeah, I think that glass effect will kind of, it looks cool. Don't know if, yeah, if there's really going to be any reason for it, but and down here, I'm just using tinted glass. Um, so come out here to the front. Let's kill him now. Oh, great. There, he's dead. All right, so I don't know if I'm gonna keep the spruce. I did kind of play around with the birch variant of these blocks. But in here, it's pretty brown. Like, you got the spruce and the mud brick. I kind of wanted to keep it this color on the inside. I really like this, so yeah, I think I'm gonna keep it the way it is. It helps to kind of differentiate the front of the building to the rest of it. And yeah, I'm using these smokers in here to kind of look like bases for the posts. And I don't have any frog lights at the moment, so I'm just using some glazed terracotta and some glow lichen. I'm doing that around these windows here too. Maybe it's not dark. But yeah, in the evening it'll kind of glow, and hopefully it kind of looks like, you know, there's a light in the room up there, as if there's people active and there's stuff happening in these. I think they're called parapets. I don't know, but yeah, yeah, I think the design is pretty simple. You know, it didn't take too long to put together, and yeah, I think it still looks pretty good, even though it's pretty simple. And in here, what I'm thinking, so I didn't put them in, but I have kind of barrels kind of like lying around and stuff, and some campfires that are put out, so they look like, you know, logs and stuff. Kind of the idea is that I want this to kind of be like a war tent, and like one that has been in place for a long time, so it's not been taken care of, and it's kind of messy around, you know, people have left stuff lying on the ground and stuff. So yeah, I think there's a mod that I installed. Yeah, Armor Poser. And I guess I have some armor stands over here. It might work. I don't know. Let's put that back on. Hold on. I think it's shift. Ah, there we go. Okay. I don't have sneak on shift. I have, you know, E. It's weird what I do. But yeah. So I can do certain things now, so I can give him arms, right? Do a bunch of stuff like that, and it's kind of, it's basically the data pack that I have, but it has a nice GUI on it. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Small. That's great. Yeah, I don't want that though. Make invisible. No bait. Ooh, that I might do. Do I have to? No, I can just leave it as is. I think I can also turn off gravity, so I don't have to, if I break that. Yeah, that's nice. Cool. I don't know, I kind of like base plate. But you can do other stuff with this, like putting items and stuff. So what I'm thinking is I'm going to put like garbage, armor, and tools just kind of on the floor and stuff. Like maybe every once in a while there's a helmet on the ground or something. Uh, so yeah, I think that'll help kind of bring to life, or bring this building into life, to life, bring it to life. There you go. So yeah, I think this build is getting closer to being done. I don't have really an idea of what the top here is going to look like. Probably very similar to, these parapets here. So, and it'll probably stick with the birch. I think this is the only place I will use the spruce, through the hall here, and then like the little elements in the rooms as well. So yeah. Now to the next thing. I don't know what that is. So once I figure that out, I'll jump back in and continue some work here. All right, so I've kind of come up with an idea here. We're going to start working on the walls, since, I've been putting this off, mostly because I just didn't know what I wanted them to look like. But I decided I want to kind of keep with the same color scheme, the grays, but rather than go from dark to light, I'm going to go from light at the bottom and dark at the top. But first, I want to kind of just build a wall here of stone, just so we can kind of carve that out. So we'll start, let's go a block above, like that. And it's going to be 2 blocks deep as well, like that. And I'm just going to build it up, probably to the shape here. Since I added this shape after the path, it's not going to line up everywhere. That's just because I used plots rather than this tool, because at the time I wasn't thinking about the tool. So, but yeah, we'll just finish up the wall here. Cool, so this blank wall is done at the moment. I brought it up to this top layer here. I don't know if that will be a permanent thing. Not sure what that even looks like from above. Let's just check. Yeah, it kind of obstructs the view from down there, or to down there. So I don't know, but it'll help kind of keep the rows separate from the wall at the moment. Um, so yeah, the idea is, if I like this, then I will just put it everywhere. And what did I say? From dark to light? Might need to move some scaffolding over here too. I guess let's start with light. Maybe, how do I want to go on like strips, or I don't know. Let's just start. I don't know, I think the idea is to just kind of get something along the walls and then come back in and add like columns and arches and stuff if I want. Do whatever shape on the outside of this. So what's next? I don't want to keep that at the way top, so maybe some stone brick. You're gonna have the cracked. I don't know if I grabbed any of the cracked. Where is it? Here. Alright. See what this looks like to you. And if I want, I can maybe throw it a little bit into the. See, that could work. I might do this type of stuff after I get all of the walls done, then throwing in a little bit more color. That could work. Right. I think maybe I will try to do that a few more times, just along the way. And then I'll jump back in and we can just kind of look at it together. Alrighty, so worked a little bit more on the wall here, and I went, I guess, to the next section here. So we did about a quarter of the wall here, a little more, I guess. But yeah, I think it's looking pretty cool. And yeah, I just kept up with, the light to dark all the way around. And yeah, step back. I think it's working pretty well. One thing is though, if you look there, you can kind of see that the walls down here are blending in with the walls up here. I don't really want that, so at some point I think I'm going to go at the top and add like some overhang. So using stairs or whatever, some other block of a different color to just kind of break up the walls down here with the walls up there. So yeah, this is probably what I'm gonna just do today in this video, but I think by next video, by the next episode, I am going to finish up the walls, on both levels, so up here and down here. And after I get that done, I think I'm gonna start, adding some terrain, maybe just some green block types, like concrete, uh, the moss, the grass block, and some of the wool, maybe even some of the powder here too. And so I'll kind of do like the light to dark, maybe a lot more dark just because it'll get covered at some point, but I still want it to kind of come out. But at the moment, I'm trying to decide if I want to bring this building, the towers down all the way, or bring the terrain up. I think I am gonna go with the terrain. I think it would just look the best. And I think I'll just start kind of tracing out, taking dirt or something, and just creating like lines that go up from the ground to the tower. So cool. Yeah, so this is it for this episode, at least, on this build. So, I should probably put stuff away and then we can go and look at some other stuff. I don't even know if I've talked about that yet. Yeah, let's just put stuff away. And then we'll get back to some other stuff. Alright, so I'm not sure if I brought this up, but I've done a little bit more work. I guess after I got that built, I did some work around here. And I guess even before that, I did a little bit as I was gathering materials. So I finished up both sides. I'm still kind of thinking about what I want to do this section, what colors and stuff. But I do kind of want to break up, this top portion with whatever this is. So I'm thinking maybe some spruce trapdoors, kind of like here. Kind of just breaks it up, put a thin line to kind of separate this portion with this portion. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking there. And then down here, I just kind of changed out the blocks here, just to kind of add some color and just some different blocks. I'm still kind of keeping with the gray, but I added some green. And then I noticed as I was, so on this side I have the wall, but over here I took it down. And that happened a while ago, but I was just a little bit ago, I was trying to decide if I want to take this wall and move it and replace the glass here with, whatever the wall will be. But I kind of like the nested look of the tower with the wall here. So I might go back to that on this side too, but I noticed, flew up here and I started looking at it, and I noticed that it looks like it's one block off. It's not centered on this guy. So I'm not going to fix that. I'm just going to kind of go with it. And yeah, it's just not going to be centered. I don't think you'll be able to tell too much from down here. So I think that's okay. I did a little bit more work on the trench over here. I started removing some of the dirt and stuff on that side. Even removed a layer of stone. So yeah, that's been fun. I think this is looking pretty cool. I still don't know what I'm gonna do at the top there. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna repeat one of the parapets up there. And maybe change it up. I might add like some circular shape there, maybe like a clock tower or something. I don't know. All right. So if I go down to my storage area, so I need a glow lichen in the windows up there, and I collected a little bit to make a farm. So it's nothing like special or like, it's just a glow lichen farm. I have my shears on me, but it's pretty simple. If I grab my shears real quick here, and I get this going, I just sit here and I look at these two. I just sit here and collect glow lichen. So yeah, it's pretty good. I just load in bone meal here. It loads it into the dispenser there, but go back here. It's really simple. It's just a clock, but I hold it off with the lever there, and then that observer just powers the dispenser here. So really easy. I'm just kind of throwing in like little farms like this into this area. Did I put that back? I did. Yeah, and then also I'm starting to condense my storage here. So I made a bunch of shulker boxes. I still have, yeah, I made a bunch of chests with all the bamboo that I collected. Um, so yeah, this is just all the cobblestone that I've collected so far. It's a lot, so I don't think I'm gonna need cobblestone anytime soon. Yeah, I also want to start putting some, start working on the designs for these guys. I think I'm gonna move the treasury. It was gonna go here. I think I'm gonna put it over this one. So I started thinking about, realistically, like, I have slums back here and, like, I don't know, a village back here. And I have the treasury on this side of the wall. Then they can obviously, like, break into the treasury and, you know, steal the money. I don't, But I'm also thinking I might put a wall, kind of attach a wall on this, from this building to this building, and then, you know, maybe a wall along here too. So we'll see. I did run the concrete farm to make the light gray concrete, so I didn't have to keep manually doing it. And I'm trying to like, so there's dirt in here at the moment, and I used the dirt to push the rest of the concrete through. And I'm still trying to figure out what the best way of doing that. So I was throwing the dirt behind the concrete powder, but once it started filling this up, there's a chance that you'll either get the powder or the dirt, so there's an issue there. But I think just waiting for the concrete to get, to go all the way through and then throwing in the dirt, I think works. Go down. Yeah, so that's working pretty great. I think I turned that back on. But yeah, I was wanting to do a log farm in this episode, but I didn't really like the one I built. I followed a tutorial, but it kept breaking on me, so you don't know if I was just being dumb, but yeah, that didn't work. Yeah. So this is still going, working just fine. Yeah, we've already collected a bunch more, so I just emptied these. Cool. Um, yeah. Oh, I did clean up a bunch of shulkers I had over here, so those are gone. But I do want to make this prettier. I think, yeah, tons of gunpowder. More than I really need. I love this farm. Cool. But, do I want to work on this? I don't really have an idea. I was going to maybe build a platform in the water to hold like a building. I might do that next episode. But yeah, I think that's really it. All right, so we're at the end of the episode here, and yeah, no, not much really happened. I worked on the wall there, and the defense building over there. Uh, and so yeah, hopefully this episode's short. At least not too long. I know my last few episodes, quite a few of my episodes have been long, and I've been trying to make shorter episodes. And this one may feel a little rushed just because not much happened. I don't know how I've edited this at this point because I haven't done that yet. So maybe it'll feel rushed. I don't know. I'll try my best to make it not feel so rushed. But yeah, so hopefully, you got to this part in the episode and enjoyed. If you did, oh yeah, and I almost forgot. I, I've already mentioned it, but I'll try to remember to put the Patreon link in, the description. If not, it is on my about section on my page or YouTube page. So if I do forget, just go out there and check. So yeah, if you enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe, comment, do whatever. Have fun with it though. So yeah, have a good day. See ya.